Hey, welcome to our bonus reading for November 2018. Now remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs and symbols ring, and follow those feelings, those thoughts, those memories that you get to bring clarity to what you're wondering. We are all spiritual, we are all psychic, we are all children of God, but we're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. So this could clarify the past. It could shed light into the future or be right in sync with the now. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. If you get a chance, try to check out the musical playlist of inspiration that I put below. See if there's something personal for you in the music, in the lyrics, or just enjoy the tunes. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful November, and I hope you enjoy the reading. Welcome to our bonus spontaneous whenever you need it reading for November, maybe December 2018. Let's begin with an affirmation card. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Start with one card, get some clarity, wisdom, and advice on energies coming through. And nice, expect some inspiration coming through, whether that be something you're inspired by outside or thoughts and ideas you have to do something, to act upon something, to put energy into something. You're hearing something like it's going through a megaphone, like it's loud and clear. So there is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. So maybe it starts with something that just is a repeat thought, almost like a whisper you keep thinking about, but the more it comes through, the more you feel like you have to pursue it, do something about it, get it out of the ether and start to make it happen, to manifest that energy into your world. So let's get clarity on this card. We're going to move along to the Art of Life Tarot, clarity on new inspiration coming through, new ideas coming through, something that you want to pursue, something that you feel good about putting energy into. Clarity for inspiration. And all right, so I always feel like the Two of Wands is like getting in the car and putting your foot on the gas. So this is taking that idea, that aha moment, that inspiration, and starting to make it happen, starting to make it work. Sometimes I see the Two of Wands as partnership. So this could be a business partnership. It could be a love relationship, but I feel like it's a relationship where you inspire one another to move, to make plans, to have action in your life, to have an experience together. So if this is a partner that comes through that's maybe new in your world, you will work well together. Even if you're like totally different personalities, totally different experiences, or like different talents, you'll come together and be like a bigger light together than on your own. You'll make something work. I feel like there's brainstorming or plans that you have to make, but you have to take something farther than that conversation, farther than that idea, and put energy into it so it can become something. So this could be preparation time, you know, preparing to do something for the future. I want to say a boat or a plane. So maybe you're preparing to take a vacation or go somewhere, maybe connecting to someone far away, maybe in another country, another state, another town, something like that. And you have to actually get in the car or make those plans or start to make something happen. So maybe it is the goal or the destination, but I also feel like with the two, it's also the journey. So the first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you're not going to stay where you are. J.P. Morgan. And the picture here is the road with AQUARIUS Detail by Roger Lee Lafresnaye, 1908. Musée de la Ville de Paris. Musée Carnavaliste, Paris, France. Pardon my pronunciation. So I see 2 old cars. Maybe you're into old cars or something that's antique or ancient. It makes me think of redoing old furniture. So maybe you find something in like a yard sale or a flea market, something like that, that you can refurbish or reupholster, or I just thought of like china or dishes. So maybe there's something that's being passed along to you that was a family heirloom or something passed along from a grandparent or from somebody else. That was sort of random for this, but that's what the old car reminded me of. It also makes me think of a funny horn. So maybe you get stuck in traffic. Maybe you hear a sound on the horn and then you pay attention to the song on the radio. I feel like you have an idea, or there's that horn again. Where's this? So maybe there's something that comes through a speaker that's important for you. It could be something that you see online, maybe something on YouTube, and once you hear it, maybe you heard it in your head, but until you hear it from somebody else, it doesn't really set in. I hope that made sense for some of you. So this is definitely taking that first step, taking action upon something so it can become. This is starting the experience. So it's time to begin. It's time to write down those ideas, get them down on paper, type something up, make the phone call, make that connection, talk about it, do whatever you have to do to get the ball rolling, you know, and then it's having that conversation or that communication or that idea and taking it even further. You have to get past the 2. But I feel like the 2 is a balance number. I feel like it does have a feminine and masculine energy. So maybe it's tapping into your own feminine and masculine side and finding that balance. I do feel like with this card where it says the first step is deciding you're not going to stay where you are. Maybe you don't like where you are. Maybe it's not necessarily where you come from, but maybe you're sort of stuck at a turning point. The page is turning, a new chapter is coming. You're not sure which direction to go. So even if you go down one direction and it's a wrong turn, it's the wrong road. Once you head down that road and you see what's not working, you can always go back and turn around. You can always decide to go a different way. I also feel like sometimes the detour comes into our world to get us on a different map, a different path completely that we wouldn't have gone on had we gone down that same old road every day. So maybe you need to take a different path, go to something a different way, think outside the box, be creative. If this is a partnership coming into your world, I feel like it's beneficial to both of you. So I'm getting like, even if one person is going out and doing something physical or having experiences with maybe customers or something like that, and there's one person at home on the computer, together you make it work. I feel like there is a balance and a harmony that comes through here. The Wands is a fiery energy, so it could mean that there is heated arguments or conflict or something like that does come up, but I feel like you can work through it. Sometimes conflict needs to come out so you figure out a solution. You know, you figure out what's not working. So I want to say clear communication. Let's see, let's get clarity on inspiration and the 2 of Wands, getting in your car, stepping on the gas, getting somewhere, making something happen. We're going to move along to an Angel Tarot card. Let's get clarity on this 2 of Wands. I also see the big, beautiful hats here. So maybe it's changing an accessory, like putting on a fancy hat or changing your earrings or having a new bag or man purse or fancy shoes, maybe something like that. It makes me think of like dressing for the part. Sometimes if in the beginning you don't have all that much confidence or know exactly what you're doing yet, sometimes just dressing the part, you know, getting yourself together to feel like you fit in a situation actually helps you until you're more confident in that role. So maybe some of you are doing something with your wardrobe or your look, changing something around. Maybe you're doing something to get noticed, or maybe it's better for some of you to mix and mingle, and maybe you're always, you always stand out a lot, and there's a way to almost tone down your energy and have something that makes you still be different and unusual and stand out, but that you can blend in a little bit better. So I feel like that goes two different ways for two different groups. Also, the car in the background looks like a yellow car, which makes me think of a taxi. Or maybe that has to do with like Uber or Lyft or something like that. It was kind of random, but it makes me think of a taxi. So maybe you're getting somewhere, but somebody else is driving and you're taking the back seat on a situation. It makes me think of being able to sleep on a road trip. So maybe you're always behind the wheel, but there's actually somebody else you can work with. Let them drive or let them handle your situation or your project or something like that. You know, use that as a metaphor and let somebody else take the reins a little bit while you take a back seat and rest, or figure something out, or get to look at the scenery. You know, maybe you never got to look out the window and pay attention to what's around you. Let's get clarity from the Angel Tarot on the Two of Wands and inspiration. And, all right, we have the King of Raphael coming through. So the King of Raphael is like the King of Cups. So this could be a water energy. So I'm brain farting there. So Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer-like energy. It doesn't have to be. Maybe you're having a brain fart somewhere, or you just have like a moment of like non-clarity. So maybe there's a pause in energy or something like that, or somebody like makes you like speechless in a certain situation. So I feel like the King of Raphael is very charming. He's poetic, he's creative, he's sexy, he's in touch with his emotions, but sometimes upside down. He is unemotional or too emotional, like too extreme one way or the other. But the reason he's good with advice or his wisdom is because he brings his own experiences into the picture. So maybe this is somebody you know, or this is the energy coming through. This could be you. This could be advice on energy you need to exude right now. So being open with your heart, maybe giving somebody some good advice. All right, sometimes upside down, I do think of this king as a bit of the drinker. So maybe somebody is drinking a little too much, or, you know, that's somebody that, you know, maybe they don't open up until they had a, you know, a glass of wine or something like that, if that makes sense to you. But I feel like he is upright. Sometimes it takes a little bit for him to open up. He may have to feel comfortable with you or in that situation before he or she does. It is a masculine energy, but I feel like there is a feminine side to this king. I feel like he is good with kids. He's good with advice. He's nurturing. Sometimes he gets a little bit lost in the ether, and he needs to come back down to earth and get grounded with his day-to-day activities or responsibilities. Sometimes he likes to have some fun. So I do feel like when this king is upright, he has a balance in his world. He's not always the stiff king. He likes to let loose a little bit, you know. I would say upside down, he's letting loose a little too much, and he has to come back to earth, back to reality, back to some responsibilities, and take care of his shit. But he is pretty sexy. He's I hear seductive, so maybe a little bit seductive, or I want to say mysterious in a way, because you don't always know what he's thinking, and then sometimes you're surprised by what he says when he lets out what he feels. So this king is warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. It's the ability to accomplish many things at once. Follow your creative passions. So he may have a great creative idea for you that inspires you and gets the ball moving. You know, maybe he has the same talents as you, or recognizes your talents, gives you a compliment, you know, reminds you that you're amazing at something, and it sort of sparks something in you to get going. So I also see the dolphins. That makes me think of a playful energy. I also think he's really psychic. And When I look at his scepter here, it reminds me of a tuning fork. So maybe music is important, or getting more in tune with a situation or a particular person. Maybe there's answers that do come through music. I just thought of Music by Eric Sermon and Music by Leela James. I'll find both and put them below. So maybe something that you spontaneously hear on the radio. Maybe some of you write music, or you play an instrument, or you sing. I just thought of a choir. So maybe you do something with a band or a choir. I just want to say, like, listening to good music that changes your energy as well. So maybe you're in a funk, or maybe you're even getting through a funk by connecting with something in music that has a similar emotional energy to it. Sometimes when we connect with something, especially music that has a similar situation that we were going through, or we just make a connection, it gets the energy out and moving, so it's not stuck in us. It makes us feel like there's somebody else out there that understands maybe what we're going through, even if the situation they were writing about is totally different. I don't know why music is coming through. It also makes me think of firing up the right and the left hemisphere of your brain. So that makes me think of meditation as well. So let's get clarity on the King of Raphael, inspiration, and the Two of Wands. We're going to pull one more card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle. One more card, clarity for our spontaneous whenever you need it reading. How to best place your energy. Clarity on the Two of Wands, inspiration, and the King of Raphael, or the King of Cups, the King of Water. And faraway places. So maybe some of you are going on vacation or connecting with somebody across the world or in a different place. I feel like maybe there's somebody from a faraway land coming into your town or back into your life. Maybe somebody else had some crazy experiences. I feel like you need to open up to some new adventures. It says get ready for a new horizon. So there's a new horizon, a new chapter on its way to you. Start to make those plans. Allow yourself a little something new to go somewhere that feels different, and allow yourself to have some new experiences. So faraway lands, I'll let you see this card. It makes me, all of these just made me think of tea, and that made me think of Tupelo honey. So I'll put that song below. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. I just had a random ass song. I've heard it on the radio a lot, and I think I had it stuck in my head for a whole week before, and for some reason it just popped back into my head. So I'm going to put Young Blood by, I think, 5 Seconds of Summer below. It's definitely a pop kind of song, but it's catchy, and I really like the song. So there it pops in. I'm going to put it out there. Maybe that's for somebody. Faraway places is get ready for new horizons. Stop playing it safe. Get ready for new horizons and change in your life. A journey is coming. It may be to foreign lands or faraway places. It may be an inner shift that changes your destiny. Maybe that's that detour. Maybe something has changed in you and makes you want to go a different direction. Maybe you were forced to go in a different direction. It's for a bigger purpose. It's all beneficial. Sometimes we can feel wobbled when it's not our normal surroundings. However, you are safe and protected. Good fortune ensures. That's really nice. So the Sacred Traveler wants you to know part of the glory of travel is stepping out of old habits, routines, and repetitiveness, here we go, of everyday life. It can feel daunting, yet in no small way, your life is a spiritual voyage. Change is coming. Things are not as they seem. There are no wrong turns. Every adventure is a misadventure is part of the course. You are a pilgrimage. You are on a pilgrimage of the soul. Keep your metaphysical bag packed. Some unexpected experiences are ahead. Be ready for anything. The joy of travel is that you can begin to experience the everyday as if you are seeing it for the first time. Nothing should be taken for granted. Look for the blessings that are coming through right now. They're bringing you on a new path. towards new horizons. There's a new journey that awaits, new lands ahead. I hope this reading was helpful to you. I hope you're having a beautiful November or December. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.